hard for education in our communities, because what is the point of bringing out the potentials in a child if those potentials, when they become manifest, are not functional in making the child live a meaningful life? Because that is the bottom line of education, that the person who is benefiting from the education must live a meaningful life in the community in which he or she finds himself or herself. So that decoupling of education brought in by the colonial masters from the indigenous life world is part of the problem we are facing today. And another point, you see, I will do this by example. I remember when I was in college, if you speak the indigenous language, in my own case, Igbo, you actually required to pay some fine. When I think about it, it strikes me as so nonsensical and stupid. How can we black people allow ourselves to be so subjugated that speaking your own mother tongue becomes a crime in the classroom, and you are supposed to pay? And mark you, exactly. In fact, the colonial master is smart. In the classroom, when they want to teach us the language of the colonial master, English language, the teacher writes it boldly. When they now want to teach any of the indigenous languages, they call it vernacular. Even the sound of that word itself actually gives an impression of primitivity. That is part of the psychological subjugation that we got from the colonial masters. Now, you see, to now answer your question, you now discover that these days, people just want to get certificate. They are not interested in learning knowledge and skills that can make them functional members of the society. And moreover, because our society is emphasizing certificates. Please, I'm not saying that certificates are not good. People are going to all lengths to even get what they call Oluole certificate. It's good. But the certificate is not an end in itself. It's a symbol that, look, you have passed through a course of education. This certificate certifies that you have acquired certain knowledge and skills to be a resourceful, a contributing member of the community. But what do we see today? In the first place, students will rush off parents will rush off their children to school by the age of 1, 2, which is an anomaly, because education must start from the home. That is where the foundation is laid. Then the child is encouraged into what I call rote learning. Memorize the formulas, memorize the sentences. During the exams, you pour it down for your teacher. Now, you now discover that people go through the four walls of educational institutions. But the real education, the real kernel of knowledge and wisdom and skills don't pass through them. So that is why you see educated people sometimes, when they behave, you begin to ask yourself, did this person actually pass through the walls of education, of an educational institution? If you doubt what I'm saying, look at the quality of people that are leading Nigeria at different levels, particularly at the political level. Okay. Some of them parade degrees.
So which is exactly where I'm going. What happened to that part of competence and character when you have gone through school, you're leaving, you're graduating? It's expected that you have been packaged. You're competent in what it is you come to school to learn, and you have the character to operate in a safe